Hello and welcome back to Yoga, Movement, and Mindfulness with myself, Jeannie. Today I'm going to bring to you a morning practice, a morning flow to wake up your body and prepare yourself for the day. We will be doing a little bit of a different flow than the previous videos, so take your time, listen to my cues, even if you need to watch the flow first and then do it yourself. Meet yourself where you are today. So roll out your yoga mat, throw on some comfy workout clothes, and let's get moving. We're going to get started today in a child's pose. So knees wide, big toes together. Press the hips back towards the heels. Arms can reach out, or you can bring the hands in for a pillow under the forehead. Maybe grabbing a block for under the head. You can even roll up a blanket or put a cushion or bolster between the backs of the legs. And just take a moment here. Come in tune with your breath. Check in with your body and how you feel. If you are taking this in the morning, paying attention maybe to the back, the low hips. Are you a little stiff this morning? What needs some attention? Then we'll begin to move. Breathe in to come forward into tabletop. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And we'll warm up through the spine, taking a few cat and cows. Breathe in to drop the belly, shift the gaze, look up. Exhale, round the back into cat. Breathe in, cow. Exhale, cat. Taking a few rounds here with your own breath, maybe holding one pose or the other. And you may even choose to take a few circles of the spine. Noticing how the spine feels down the back. Maybe feeling it up in the neck. And we'll come back to tabletop. We'll tuck our toes, press the hips up and back. Find a downward dog. Pedal out the heels. Press into the hands, spread the fingers nice and wide. Most of the weight pressing in the first finger and thumb. And then using our breath, we'll breathe in to roll forward into plank. Flowing out like a wave of water. Come on to your knees, and we're going to slowly lower down, hugging the elbows in, bringing the chest to the mat. And we're going to come on our fingertips, bringing the hands just outside of the mat, and we're going to take a few rolling cobras, continuing to warm up the spine. So using your breath, breathe in, roll up, head and neck coming up last, roll the shoulders down your back. Exhale, roll back down. Breathe in to rise. Exhale, lower down. Then we'll breathe in, lift and hold. You can come on to the hands. the hands being wide does not work for you, you can bring them in on the mat. You can bring forearms to blocks, your choice. Couple breaths. Then on your next exhale, roll back down onto the mat. Bring the hands just under the shoulders, tuck the toes. We're going to press up and back into downward dog. Press into the hands, nice strong back. Neck is soft, able to shake the head yes and no. And we're going to come into pigeon. So breathe in, lift the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Then as you exhale, we're going to get into the abs first. So we're going to bring the knee to the right elbow. Exhale. Then breathe in, come back into a three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, press into the hands, round the back. Breathe in, three-legged dog. Then exhale, knee to left elbow, a little twist here. Breathe in, three-legged dog. Now we're going to exhale, take that pigeon. Sneaking in a little bit of core. We're going to keep our pigeon lifted this morning. Unless you're really not feeling that, you can come down. But let's work on lifting up, opening the chest. If you need to add a block under your hip, you can, or maybe a cushion. Then your next exhale will lower down, bring hands under shoulders, tuck the left toe, press back, downward dog. Little walk of the dog. Reach the tailbone to the ceiling, then a little tuck of your pelvis, engage your core. And we'll try that on the left side. So breathe in, left leg up, three-legged dog. Then we're going to exhale, come forward, knee to left elbow. Breathe in, three-legged dog. Then exhale, knee to nose, round into the back, press into the hands. Breathe in, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Shifting forward into that little plank position, little twist. Breathe in, three-legged dog. Then exhale, coming into pigeon. Knee coming towards the left wrist, toes towards the right. You can shift back, square the hips to the front of the mat. Roll the shoulders down your back. You can even bring hands to blocks here to bring the ground a little closer. Then we'll exhale, lower down onto the hands, tuck the back toes, press back, downward dog. We're going to come down onto our knees, back into tabletop, extending through head and the tailbone. Pull belly button to spine. We're going to reach the left leg out, kicking into the heel, keeping the hips level. Then we're going to reach the right hand out, balancing tabletop. From here, we're going to work our core and move into a little bit of a flow. So take your time. We're going to exhale, pull the knee towards the left elbow, and then pull the right hand down, cactusing the arm. Breathe in to reach. Exhale, pull that elbow down and knee towards the left shoulder. Breathe in, reach. One more time. Exhale. Then we're going to come into an awkward airplane. So kick the left leg out to the side, right hand out to the right, then lower down. From here, we're going to breathe in, reach the left arm up, then over into a supported side plank. Left hand can reach to the ceiling or maybe reaching bicep by ear. Then when you breathe in, rise up. Then exhale, come into a supported side angle. So the right knee is in around the middle of your mat. You're lunging into the left knee. Right hand reaches up to the ceiling or maybe bicep by ear. Then we're going to bring the hands back to the front of the mat. Tuck the back toe. Then you're going to lift the left leg up and back into a three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring the left knee towards the center of the mat. And we're going to try that on the other side. So kick the right leg up and back. Breathe in. Reach the left hand forward, balancing tabletop. And we'll work our core. Exhale, pull the knee to the right elbow, cactus the left arm. Breathe in, reach. Exhale. Breathe in, reach. Exhale as you pull the knee towards the shoulder. Extend the leg out and the arm. Lower down. Then breathe in as you circle the right arm up and over into your supported side plank. Pressing the obliques towards the ceiling. Reaching through right fingertips. Then from here, we're going to breathe in to come up, bend the right knee, come into a supported side angle, opening up through the chest, reaching the left arm up, maybe taking bicep by ear, opening up to the side body. Then swoop the hands down to the front of the mat, tuck the back toe, press back, find your three-legged dog, right leg up. Then we're going to lower the leg down, coming back into downward dog. Lower the knees down, find child's pose, big toes touch. Check back in with your breath. Continuing to flow, we're going to tuck our toes and lift up, downward dog. Shift the eyes forward to the front of the mat and take a little stroll, bringing the feet between the hands, bend the knees and fold into the legs. Maybe adding a block between belly and thighs. You can grab opposite elbows, maybe bringing the hands behind the low back, clasping the fingers, opening up. And then we'll gently release. Breathe in, bring fingertips to shins, look up, Ardha, flat back. Exhale to fold. Then breathe in, rise up into mountain pose, circling the hands down into prayer. We'll take one sun salutation, saying good morning to the sun and to this day. Breathe in, reach the arms up, maybe a slight back bend if you're able. Then exhale, swan dive down. Fold into the legs. Then breathe in, lift halfway into Ardha, flat back. Exhale to fold. Press into the hands, step back into plank. Extend from head and heels. Little shift forward, come onto your knees if you need to. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Breathe in, lift into cobra. Then exhale, press back, downward dog. We're going to lower down onto the knees. Shift back, child's pose. Checking in with how the body feels now. The back, the hips. And then nice and slow. Breathe in, walk the fingertips in towards your knees as you rise up into hero's pose. We're going to come in to camel pose, but we're going to slowly work our way there. And we're going to come into a dancing camel. So I like to flow through camel pose to slowly work my way into the back bend. So you can grab a couple blocks if you wish, and you can bring them back towards your heels. Few options. Hands can come to your low back, and this may be as far as your back bend is, and that's perfectly okay. Maybe you're able to reach blocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in to swoop the arm up, making like a little half moon, slowly working into the back bend. As you exhale, the hand comes down. Then switch sides, left arm, breathe in, reach up. Exhale, bring the hand down. Then you're lifting up through the hips, hand can come to the low back, and then maybe slowly reaching for the blocks or reaching for your heels. Toes can be tucked. So we'll flow through this a couple times. Pressing the hips forward. One more each side. Using your breath, always able to breathe. And then we're going to come into full camel. So hands can reach for the heels. They can come to the low back. Blocks. Keep pressing the hips forward. Keep lifting the chest towards the ceiling. Keep the chin slightly tucked to protect the neck. And we're going to gently come out of this, reaching one hand forward, almost like you're reaching for a rope. Then slowly lift up through the chest, then sit the hips back into hero. And here in our hero, we're going to take this reclined. So again, taking this pose as far as you're able. Maybe you're bringing the sit bones between the heels, finding the mat. And maybe this is as far as you're coming today. Maybe you want to take this back onto the hands. Option as well. You can grab blocks, even a bolster for the back. You can bring hands or forearms to the blocks. Just be mindful if you have them on the high setting, they are a little bit more wobbly. Then slowly working your way down. Keep pressing the knees into the mat. If the knees start to lift up, bring yourself back up and stay here. Maybe you're able to lower down. If you're reclined all the way, know that this is an advanced pose. Make sure you're able to breathe and not pushing into any pain. This is a big stretch for down the front of the legs, the low back. So be gentle with yourself. Then we'll slowly lift out of this, lifting the chest up, come onto forearms, then the hands, pressing the chest forward. We'll come back up onto the shins, and we're gonna bring the legs around, and we're gonna come in forehead to knee. So we're gonna bring the left foot in towards the inner thigh. Turn the torso over the right leg. Breathe in, lift up through the crown of the head. Then as you exhale, hinge forward. Keeping the back nice and flat. Flex the foot, press into the big toe mound. You can grab blocks here. Then slowly using your exhale to soften into the pose. And then we'll open this up, bringing the right hand inside of the leg. Breathe in to reach the left arm up and over, opening up through the chest and shoulder. Gaze can be up towards the left fingertips or maybe looking down towards the toes. Then breathe in, lift up, and we'll switch sides. Right foot comes in, left leg out. Flex the foot. Breathe in to lift. Exhale to fold forward. Maybe noticing a difference between the sides. And we'll open this up. Left hand comes inside. Breathe in as you circle the right arm up and over. Opening up through the right side, the ribs. Maybe that right hand reaches bicep by ear. Maybe someday finding the toes. And maybe yesterday you could find your toes and today you can't. Meet yourself where you are today. Breathe in to reach up. Then we'll extend the right leg out. Legs nice and wide. We'll come into a forward fold. Breathe in to lift. Exhale as you fold forward. This is where you can grab some blocks, maybe forearms to blocks, maybe hands to blocks. Maybe you're able to get the forehead to the block. Keep reaching the crown of the head forward. Trying to keep the back nice and flat. So we're not rounding here. We're reaching out. You can have a bend to the knees if you need to. And then we'll breathe in to rise up. We'll bend the knees, hug them into the chest. And we'll take a little twist here before we lower down. So we'll hug the right arm around the legs. Bring the left hand below the spine. And we'll take a little twist. Gaze can be over the left shoulder. We'll come back to center, hug the legs with the left arm, and then we'll twist to the right. Come back to center. And we'll work our abs just a little bit more. We're going to find boat pose to lower down. So a few options. Keep the feet planted. Maybe you're lifting the toes. You can hold behind the knees. Engage the core, lift up through the chest. Maybe you're releasing the hands. Then we're going to slowly start opening up to lower down. Nice and slow, fighting that resistance to land nice and soft. We're going to walk the heels in towards the sit bones for bridge pose. So arms can be alongside the body. Press into the hands, press into the feet to lift the hips. Slightly tuck the chin towards the chest. Maybe you're coming a little further, tucking the shoulders to clasp the hands under the back. Then we'll release. Slowly roll down the spine. Little wash of the knees from left to right. And we'll try that again. Bring the heels in. Press into the feet to lift up. Pull the knees together like you're pinching a block, maybe even grabbing a block if you wish. Maybe you're tucking the shoulders. And then we'll untuck the shoulders if they were tucked. Slowly roll down the spine to release. Little wash of the knees left to right. And then we'll hug the knees in towards the chest. And we'll take a twist. So a few options. If you want to straighten the right leg out onto the mat, to twist the knee over to the side. If you want to keep the knees together and twist, you can. Make sure that the arms are out into a T and that you're staying grounded in that left shoulder. So if the shoulder begins to lift, grab a cushion or a block and place it under the knee, bringing the ground a little closer. Chin can turn to the left. And then we'll breathe in, bring the knees back into the chest. You can lift the hips, realign the spine. And then as you exhale, come into your twist. Choosing a pose that works for you today. You can even bring the left hand to add a little bit of pressure on top of the leg. And then we'll breathe in, bring the knees back towards the chest. Give yourself a hug. And then we'll extend the feet up towards the ceiling. If you're close to a wall, you can bring the feet up the wall. Take a moment here, taking all the weight off your legs, your feet, your hips. And you can stay here or take any final pose the body is craving. Maybe pulling the feet down into happy baby. Maybe you're coming into a shoulder stand, lifting the hips off the mat, bringing the toes towards the ceiling. Maybe you're staying with the feet up the wall, and that's perfectly fine. Maybe finding plow. And maybe you're already reaching out, finding your final resting pose. And then we'll all meet in Shavasana. Lowering the legs down, bringing the heels out towards the corner of the mat, reaching the arms alongside the body. Tuck the shoulders under the back. Ground down to the middle knuckle. Relax your face, your jaw, and the space between your brows. And as you lay here, thank yourself for taking this time for you today. And then take that with you this week. Every day, make sure you do something for yourself. So as you're writing your to-do list, make sure at the end there's something for you. Having something to look forward to every day helps waking up in the morning a little easier. Learn to nurture yourself. Take care of you. Know that you cannot pour from an empty cup. So be mindful of yourself this week. Now forget your to-do list. Forget everything that needs to be done. And just be for a moment. Just breathe. I invite you to stay in Shavasana as long as you can. Take this time for yourself. If you're moving on with me, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll out the ankles and wrists and begin to wake the body up. And we'll take one final breath here together. And breathe in, reach the arms up overhead and reach through fingers and toes, that first stretch in the bed in the morning. Then exhale with a sigh. Let it all go. And then hug the knees in towards the chest. Option to roll to your right side or take a little rock back and forth. Coming up into Sukhasana, easy seat. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And if you haven't already, check out the videos up above for more yoga. There's a beginner's playlist and also some chair yoga. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Be mindful of your thoughts. Be mindful of what you say. And be mindful of how you feel. Namaste.